Okay. Hello everyone, this is NorthlandPrepper. My very first video for this, by the way. What we've got here today is some shopping that I did at a local place. It's run by some Mennonites. And if you folks want to find good bulk storage goods that are out of the ordinary and not the kind of stuff that you can get without spending a ton of money, to have them pre-packaged in, say, number 10 cans or something like that, and you happen to have a Mennonite or Old Amish population around you, find out where they shop. Now these people happen to have their own store that they actually sell to the, what the Old Amish call those English. So the prices are, you know, you're not getting bargain basement prices, but they are competitive, and you can get everything. I found out today just by asking that anything that I got off the shelf, and believe me, there's some pretty cool stuff on the shelf at this place. I can also get in, for instance, 50-pound bags just by asking them, and they'll pull it out of the back. So what we've got here, this is all, of course, packaged with a food saver. This is just some sugar that I actually had lying around, and decided it would be good to pack it for long term. This is, if you see this here, this is fruit pectin. This is the same stuff as you get it as the brand name Sure Gel, Ball, all that kind of stuff, except what I got here is 2.5 pounds of the stuff, and 3 tablespoons of this will equal 1 package of Sure Gel, and for 2.5 pounds I paid $3.99 a pound and got it for $10.21. God, I don't know how long this would last my small family, but you know, quite a deal. Also, if you're looking for a variety of beans above and beyond what your local Wally World, whatever, will sell you, these are red lentils. For those of you who don't know what they are, I believe the term is dal in India. They make an excellent Indian dish. Again, not terribly cheap, but go to your store and try and find these in the ethnic food aisle and see what you pay. Also available in bulk. Now myself, my wife and I, we love this stuff. This is farina. A lot of northerners like me will know it as cream of wheat. We buy tons of this. This is something that is, it's kind of a buzzword now. This is flour made from Prairie Gold wheat, which is a hard winter wheat cross. It's a cross between hard red winter wheat and the white soft wheats from, say, the South, where they like to grow it and make biscuits out of it because it doesn't have a high gluten content. This stuff does. I made a batch of bread yesterday when I got it home just to try it out, and yes, this is awesome. If you make this, I made mine with half Prairie Gold flour and half just plain unbleached high gluten bread flour. This is a high gluten flour. Let me show you the loaf. This was not made with any kind of special recipe. It did not have any high, high gluten meal or vital gluten. This is the loaf of bread. It raised, I think it raised better than what I usually get with plain white bleached bread flour. It tastes something like whole wheat. It's got the whole wheat taste to it. If you've ever tried what the stores will call rustic artisan breads, they tend to add some whole wheat flour to give it that earthy taste. This tastes a lot like that, but without the kind of astringent, bitter taste that you get from a red whole wheat. So, you know, it's something that's palatable. Neither my wife or I would like to eat whole wheat bread all the time. This stuff, however, is very close to being white sandwich bread. It's that kind of soft American, bread. Also, this particular place that I go, they offer the berries as well. And as a quick aside, right off the shelf at this place, I can buy the Wonder Mill. I can buy the Wonder Mill Electric, which is pretty cool. But even more cool is right next to it, they have the Wonder Mill Junior hand crank flour mill. I'm not sure on the price. I think it was fairly expensive compared to if I was to buy it off the internet, which is what I would do anyway. But if I ever absolutely had to have one, right now, say the excretory bribe product hit the rotary oscillator and I wanted a hand crank mill, I would definitely go down there at that time and shell out the money, because I do plan on having, for instance, the Prairie Gold wheat berries. Now, one thing about this place is they're not as cheap as, say, going to the cannery, but at least my local cannery right now is shut down to anyone outside the Mormon church, probably because of a run on any kind of cheap storage supplies due to the economy and, blah, blah, blah. So this place, I think a 50-pound bag of flour is around $20 to $22. So it's not as cheap as say the LDS cannery is, but it's not bad. Also, next thing, this is Dutch cocoa. At least in my stores, it's really hard to find this stuff in anything other than these teeny little things that cost you an absolute mint. I don't know about you guys, I like chocolate. If the shit hits the fan, I want some brownies or something, man. I mean, I need some comfort food. You want some of this? Also baking chocolate. Any kind of bittersweet, semi-sweet chocolate. Both I and my wife will occasionally eat them as a treat. So, another neat thing about places like this place that I went, you don't have to get just like Quaker Oats or Quaker Quick Oats. When it comes to oatmeal, these guys have about 6 different kinds. This is our personal favorite. This is what they call thick rolled oats. It's a very old-fashioned, it's almost like the kind of rolled oats you would see fed to cattle or horses. It's nowhere near as thin. It takes about 10 minutes to cook, and yes, I know that in a bad situation it would take longer to cook. More energy, yada yada yada. But this is what we like. We'll probably have instant oats as well, more for emergencies. This stuff is great. If you're a person who actually likes to eat things like oatmeal instead of a person who gets it because they think they have to eat it, try and find something like this. This stuff's good. Another thing, coarse cornmeal. This is not the kind of stuff you get with the Quaker on the box. This is more like a polenta grind. If anybody doesn't know what polenta is, think grits. As far as I'm concerned, they're the same thing. You talk to, Monsieur Fufu Chef, yeah, they may be different in some screwy way. I've never seen a difference. This stuff also makes great cereal. Cornbread. If you're making cornbread with this, and I'm not sure because it's the first time I've tried this particular grind, some of the coarser grinds you have to soak them before you actually just whip up your cornbread. They need to hydrate. But anyway, it's good stuff too. Oh, by the way, this is not whole wheat cornmeal. Okay, I like whole wheat cornmeal a lot, but if I'm storing something, and the idea is if, STHF, I want this stuff to store as long as I possibly can in de-germed cornmeal, as far as I'm concerned. And I'm not an expert. Tends to store longer. 2 more bags of farina, cream of wheat, whatever. Get the idea. We really like this stuff. Okay, this stuff. As I said before, you can get all sorts of stuff at this store. If you find a store like this, you've struck gold. NorthlandPrepper 1. Not really a shout out, just if, by some miracle, grace of God, you happen to notice me in this huge crowd. Instant refried beans. I just made a batch of this today to try it. It is awesome. I'm a refried bean lover. I could live on those things. Not as good as my favorite Mexican restaurant, but I doubt Cancun's going to be open if suddenly the economy collapses. This is just one item. Here's another item. We like popcorn a lot. This is baby rice popcorn. It's a hull-less popcorn. Thing about popcorn, guys, try this kind of stuff. There's red, blue, yada yada yada, all different kinds of popcorn. Stuff you get off the shelf at your local store all tastes the same. Doesn't matter if it's white or yellow. This stuff here, we just tried some last night, is